Right, hello, grade 10s. So a new topic now. So remember now, in next week, I'm going to assess you on functions. I will let you know exactly when you're going to be doing the assessment for me. So this is our new topic, trigonometric functions. Lesson 1. Now the graphs of the basic sine and cosine functions. Now we're going to sketch these graphs in trigonometry. So in this section, we will discuss the graphs of the basic functions y equals to sine x and y equals to cos x. Of course, there is also another one, y equals 10x. But we're not doing that one today. Then we are going to add a q and an a. Same like our function graphs, we're going to add an a and we're going to add a q. We're going to add an a and a q. But we're first going to start with those two graphs, which we also call the mother graphs, if you remember. We're going to call them the mother graphs. So it's important you must first understand them. Now let's start with the first one. Let's start with y equals to the sine of x graph. Now I need you to have your calculator with you, because although they're using tables here, I actually prefer to use a calculator when we sketch this graph. Like for instance, if theta is 0, then what is y? Y is the sine of 0. So if you look at your calculator and you go to the sine of 0 and you get 0. So clear, guys? Look at the sine of 30, the sine of 30, and you get a half, which is 0,5. Look at the sine of 45, for instance. The sine of 45, and you get square root 2 over 2, which is 0,7, etc., etc. The same, you see, guys, so this is what, so get used to using the calculator as well. So then you complete your tables, and then you prepare your grid. So you draw your y-axis, and you draw your x-axis. Here you're going to mark off in decimals, because remember it is 0,5, 0,7, 0,9. So it's advisable to show decimals. And then here, because we're working with 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, 120, right up to 180 degrees, you have to show the degrees on the x-axis. So this is your x-axis of theta, and that is your y-axis. So if you start plotting, 0, 0, it's right there. 0, 0. Then 30 and comma 5. There's 30. So that is comma 5. You see, guys? 45 and comma 7. So 45 is about here. So it's roughly there. Can you see? 60 and 0,9. Roughly there. Can you see? 60, 0,9. 90 and 1. 90 and 1. So that is the turning point. You'll see the graph doesn't go higher than 90 and 1. If you go to 120, it comes down again. Can you see? The graph comes down again. You see? So, and that is how. If you come to 180, you'll notice it is 0. 180 is 0. So that is the one part of the graph. If I go further to 360 degrees, the graph will take a dip. Right? So if you look at the sine of 210, for instance, let me just show you the sine of 210, for instance. So you get a negative a half. You see? So the graph is dipping down. It's coming down now until it reaches 270. Let's see what is the sine of 270. The sine of 270, you'll notice, is -1. And then after that, it goes up again until you end up with 360. Right, cool. So that is your typical form of the sine graph. So let's look at the property. So the graph got a maximum value of 1, which I showed you there, and a minimum value of -1. The range, see, between that point and this point. So the range is between +1 and -1. That is the range. The amplitude is half the distance between the maximum and the minimum. There's maximum, there's minimum, so it is So that distance there is 2. So halfway is there. So therefore, it is that value or that value, which is a 1. Can you see? So that is the amplitude. The amplitude is 1. Okay, cool. So in the next video, I will do the cosine graph with you. Okay.